Hello everyone, I hope everyone's having a great day and let's get into this video. So today's video we are doing 5 fragrances that are under $50 that you can pick up very easily and you can probably find them easier than you think. Starting off with the list, we've got English Laundry Tahitian Waters. Now this fragrance is a citrusy, coconut, lime, almost feels like you're going on vacation. When I first spray it on, it kind of reminds me of Creed Virgin Island Water. If you guys have smelt it, you guys know it's that coconut, lime, suntan lotion type of smell. And this one reminds me of that kind of smell. However, it's more toned down, it's a bit controlled. So it's not too bad, especially for vacations. I would highly recommend this. I found it in a Burlington for $23. Online, you can find it for about $45, so that does double the price. However, it's still under $50. Number 4 on the list is lattafa or khamra, and I believe that word means liquor in Arabic. Correct me if I'm wrong, but this fragrance, it's actually a clone of Kilian's Angel Share. But this one, the difference is that you can find this one for only $37. And you don't have to pay over $150 for Kilian Angel Share. You can just buy this one. And yeah, this one does come with a cap. However, this part right here where the collar is got stuck onto the cap and I had to remove the collar and now the cap doesn't sit there, so kind of sucks, but the bottle still looks relatively nice. This fragrance has got cinnamon dates, praline, and also some vanilla and some tonka. And overall, I feel like the praline is what makes the biggest difference between this and Angel Share. Angel Share has a bit more of a whiskey liquor smell. This one does have that, however, the praline I think just makes it a tiny bit more sweet, and it's almost giving it like a slight bit of floral in the background. However, they're still like very identical smells, and I would highly recommend this one. Long-lasting fragrance and works really well for the current season right now, which is winter. Cold days, this thing shines. Next up, we got this fragrance right here, which is actually a woman's fragrance, but nonetheless, it is supposed to be very similar to Oud Satin Mood by Mason Francis Kirkjohn. And believe it or not, this one is made by Mason Francis Kirkjohn. So he pretty much just kind of took that fragrance and put it into the women's line and then made it a bit more appealing and less like oud and less kind of heavy. However, it still has the same components of Oud Satin Mood. And this one is by Nina Ricci and it's called the Extase Rose Absolute. What a nice name, and I love the bottle on this one. It has this nice design on the side. I don't know if you guys can see that. Wow, this fragrance, if you're not willing to buy Oud Satin Mood because it's way too expensive, well, this fragrance you can find for about $41. It's been great so far. It's been really projective and really long lasting, and it's really good stuff. But if you're not into super strong rose oud smelling fragrances, then I wouldn't recommend it. However, this one doesn't have oud. It has something called Taif rose, which is a little different than the usual rose they use in Oud Satin Mood. Benzoin, vanilla, and pepper. The benzoin is really what adds that oud mix in there. However, it's not oud at all. It's more actually kind of a pleasant masculine undertone, and the rose on top is what drives it. Alright, number 2 on the list is Rojas Mustache EDP. Now this fragrance is a beautiful, sweet, yet has a bit of wood in it, and it's beautiful. I mean, it's a pink pepper, it has some cedar, has some amber, has some benzoin and vanilla. it's a beautiful fragrance. I mean, sweet like vanilla. However, the pink pepper gives it that masculine touch and gives it that element in there that's just not your traditional sweet vanilla. It's more like this layer of masculinity on top of the vanilla. And it's a beautiful fragrance. I highly recommend it. This is like one of my favorite fragrances. And if you've smelled YSL Tuxedo, which is an expensive YSL fragrance, this fragrance is very, very similar to it. It's like 95% similar. The only difference is actually that this one, I feel, projects better. Works extremely well for the cold weather, which if it is cold where you live, it's a great fragrance for that. And the number one fragrance to get under $50 is none other than Banana Republic Tobacco and Tonka Bean. Now this fragrance is a beauty. It almost smells, ironically, I mean, I say beauty and then I'm gonna describe it like this, but just hear me out, guys. This almost smells like clay to me, you know, like Play-Doh or something like that. It's something that is long-lasting. It's got a little bit of sweetness in it. It's got a little bit of tobacco in there. It's got some vanilla as well and some plum, just to kind of baffle you around. And I think what the clay smell comes from is the plum. However, I mean, it's a great fragrance. It's something that works great for the winter. I love how this one starts off and then kind of cools down into more of a warm tobacco, vanilla, and some benzoin. It's got vanilla and tonka bean in the dry down that come after the beautiful plum in the opening. That plum, it reminds me of clay, and that's the only reason why I'm saying that is because when I first smelt it, that came to mind. And it's like once you smell it, you kind of can't unsmell it, but I still love the fragrance nonetheless. You can find this at your local Burlington's, TJ Maxx, whatever department. I guess, what do they call those? Like discounted department stores, maybe. You can find this one for about $25. Otherwise, online, it's about, I think, $45. So it's kind of expensive, but for the $25 price range, it's a beautiful fragrance to have. Got good projection. I would recommend it highly for the current days that are cold. And if it's cold where you live, I would highly recommend this. It's a great fragrance for under $50. And that's the video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, let me know in the comments below, and let me know by subscribing and leaving a comment that you enjoyed the video. So, see you guys later.